Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Daily Drop-In Morning Show, where the Teach Better team is live every single morning. Whether you like us or not, we're here. 7 a.m. Eastern Time, ready to kick off your day. Jeff, I heard a rumor that sometimes we're a little too much for people, and then sometimes we're not enough for people. So we just want to share positivity and love, maybe some goofy laughs. We have a lot to celebrate this week with our theme. I mean, we're just thrilled you're tuning in, friends. So go fill up your coffee. And I did switch to coffee this week. I think it's been like 2.5 weeks since I've had a coffee on the show. So I'm feeling very what is the right word for this?
Caffeinated?
Caffeinated is not really where I was going with that. But yes, I feel like we're back to normal, friends. And we're headed to a really, really, really good week. So let's get celebrated. Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday, November 8th. And Jeff, if you have tuned in or logged in to any of your social media platforms over the last 24 hours, you would know it's November 8th because every stinking memory that's showing up on Facebook or what I've posted in the past is about Teach Better 2019.
It's going to be today and tomorrow, still continuing through. Yes, I knew what day it was. I don't know if that's what you were getting at, but I figured it out.
I just thought it was funny because I was watching, how Facebook brings up the memories for you of what you posted.
Mm-hmm.
And 2019, I apparently was posting a lot of stories. Shocker. And the one I watched was of me picking up Ashley at the airport in your car at 2 a.m. And I was like, I forgot. Yeah. I forgot that I was so awake and so excited, and it was really early. And yeah, it was just a fun memory to be that was before we started. That was the night before.
Yeah, because she got delayed. She was supposed to get in at she was supposed to get in pretty early on before, and she did not get in. Memories.
So fun. And honestly, I feel like that's just going to be happening all day today, all day tomorrow, and then after the fact. Because we've been posting a lot, or we were posting a lot in 2019. Obviously, we haven't had a conference since, but this is the anniversary mark.
Yeah. So it was Friday, Saturday, November 8th and 9th, 2019. Yeah. Wow. I'm remembering that Thursday night getting ready, and then those 2 days. Oh, it's great. That's what we're talking about all week, right? That's our theme this week.
That is a theme this week. Yes.
This is a theme I can get behind, and I think I can bring something too.
So daily drop-in, obviously you guys know we have a theme every single week. It always typically has to do with some sort of educational approach that we want you to consider or be more mindful of. This week we are having a party to remember 2019. And while we will be talking about obviously all of our guests' passions, getting into good discussion, we'd love to theme it around kind of remembering the last time a big chunk of Teach Better family members got together, celebrated a conference, and early bird registration is open for 2022. So why not?
Yes. Okay. So
how are you though? I haven't seen you, by the way, and it's Monday morning. So before we get into the theme and all that junk, because we're not there, can you just how's life? What's up?
I'm good. We did not speak, and by speak I mean text or ping or anything since Friday, early Friday, I don't think, right?
That's not true. We were in a few group messages together.
Were we? Oh, I guess we were.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't count that because that's sharing Rae with a group of people. I want all of the attention.
Can I get a vote in the comments? Pro group text or not pro?
No, I don't mind group text. I just don't consider that to be checked the box of Rae time. That's all I'm saying.
That's fine. I was going to make the argument I'm against group text.
What about group pings?
Okay, so
what we use internally.
We use an internal system, guys, to communicate. It's called Basecamp. I really have a love-hate relationship with it, kind of like Twitter. But either way, I like group pings, group texts, when there is an initial reason, you get that reason resolved, and then the group message should go away. So this weekend I wasn't like annoyed because there was like a thing being discussed that needed to be solved. However, those crazy group texts where like all your cousins and all your aunts and your parents all like talk to each other, I am
Yeah, me
against
too.
them.
I'm out of that. Yeah, when
Yeah,
I
I'm
get
out.
one where it's like, I look and it's like, mom, brother, and then 38 phone numbers that I don't recognize. I'm like, yeah, this isn't gonna go well. This isn't gonna be good. So,
Yeah, I know.
yeah, that can get a little crazy.
But
But we weren't in any group text like that. We were in group pings.
we were in groupings, good discussion. But yes, Jeff, I have not seen you. I've not talked to you. We do a meeting later today, so we'll get some time together.
I guess.
Here's what I've noticed about your schedule specifically, but also my schedule specifically. We talk a lot Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Like lots of lots. And then you fall off a cliff for the rest of the week. There's no Jeff time Thursday, Friday. And if there is, it's like really early in the morning, so you're not even ready.
We have an early morning Thursday meeting.
Right. But that's still, it's very focused. Yeah. And then
Friday, I'm pretty sure, like, I just don't work on Friday. Is that what you do? Do you just not work? I just don't show up.
I work on Fridays.
Oh, you do? Whoops. I'm just in another room, another meeting.
I do want to say good morning. We have a ton of friends in the comments. So good to see you as we're remembering Teach Better 2019 this week. I do want to just embarrass Brianna Shaner because I truly believe that Teach Better 2019 conference could not have occurred if not for this girl right here, our amazing Brianna Shaner, who's an ambassador, Teach Better family member for a long time. And I wanted her on Daily Drop-In this week so bad. I bribed her to take a day off of work so she could be a part of the show because she has school that starts like during the show. And she was a responsible teacher and was like, no, Rae, I need to actually be with my students and not be with you. And so I'm kind of mad, but I love this girl. Pick
a day this week and just go an hour earlier.
Oh.
That'd be 5 a.m. your time.
Oh.
Brianna's like, Jeff, no, that's okay.
It's not about me because I, of course, would sacrifice the sleep. It's about our viewers. They don't expect us that early. Can't mess them up.
That's true. That's a little early. Brianna says she's just trying to catch a couple minutes of awesome memories, which I love. Adam earlier said, little did we know that Teach Better 19 would start a family reunion.
It's true.
We definitely have some votes for the anti-group text, so you're in good company here. So
yes, absolutely.
It's good.
Good to see Andrea in the comments too. Andrea, I was thinking about you this week. She says she's having FOMO all week, being excited for these stories.
So she said from last year, which clearly it wasn't last year, but I do that. I'm doing that constantly, saying last year, even though it was 2 years ago.
It does. Well, I feel like COVID year either in a situation either added a decade or it didn't happen.
happen.
The Teach Better conference, I'm like, oh, it was last year. 2020.
Last year in 2019. 2020 wasn't a thing. We just snipped that one out of there.
It's gone. Yeah.
Anyway, to your original question, I'm good. We had a good weekend. It was good. We had a good time. I'm good.
Well, I know that you have a good news story for us, and then we're going to get into all these fun memories. We got some exciting stuff on the show this week to kind of celebrate #TeachBetter19, which was our incredible conference we were able to put on back in 2019. Our team looked totally different. I'm so excited for this upcoming conference in 2022. But should we get into good news first and then go from there?
Sure. Let's do that.
Good news?
Yeah.
I also, by the way, have some holidays that I feel like we have to discuss. So hold on 1 second. All right, friends, thank you for joining us bright and early in the morning, or if you're catching the show after the fact on Teach Better Talk podcast, we're thrilled you're here. Jeff, I know typically we start with holidays, get into a good news story, and then transition to spring break. We're switching it up today. It's Monday. You and I are live. We're breaking all the rules. I want the good news story first because this blew up my social media newsfeed, and I was like kind of on Jeff Garga's overload via social media because of the good news story that you're going to be sharing with us today. So I'm just going to sit back and sip my coffee.
Yeah, well, I think it was Andrew that told me that I had to share this as a good news story. So I almost didn't share it at all, but I was just like beaming with pride and joy and stuff on Friday, so I shared it. I think I actually ended up sharing it Saturday mornings when I like wrote it, and I'm like, no, just enjoy it. I'm like, you know what? Maybe it'll inspire someone. And the best part of it is when I shared, I'll get to that. So Friday we go out. So Saturday my kids started indoor soccer, and there was like we needed like new shin guards for Jacqueline, and we decided to get Jonathan new shoes. So we're going out to Dick's Sporting Goods, and so we go out and we're coming down the exit ramp, and there's an older gentleman on the side of the road with a sign. He's got a pretty, tattered, beat up clothes. I've seen him there a lot. And he's got a sign that says anything helps. And Jacqueline asked, what's that guy? Or there's a guy on the side of the road, Daddy, what's he doing? I said, I don't know. He's obviously struggling somehow. I said, he might not have a home to go to, or maybe doesn't have money for food, or he's just trying to, get things figured out. And on the way there, she was asking me questions. And I was just kind of explaining to her that, some people struggle. And once you get in that struggle, it's really, really hard to get out of, because it's hard to go get a job if you don't have a car or a phone or clean clothes, and you can't, look good for an interview and stuff like that. And we just kind of went on and on. And before we get into pulling into the store, she said, well, can we help him? Can we get him some food? And I said, yeah, we can get him some food. So we went in, we did our thing. And we come back out and we're like, well, what are we going to get? Well, there were like massive lines at everything, but McDonald's was cruising through the drive-thru. I'm like, well, we'll go get him like a Big Mac meal, and I got some chicken nuggets too. So we got him that. And she's like, did you get him chicken nuggets and the hamburger? And I said, I don't know what he likes. And she said, well, he'll probably be happy either way. I said, he probably will be, but so we go. Now he's on the exit ramp, so we actually had to go down and exit and then get back on and come over. So it's like during rush hour. So this was taking a long time. And I'm like worried that the kids are going to get, sort of flustered with the time and stuff, but she's just like determined, like this was going to happen. And so we go on the exit ramp and he's not there. And she's just like, well, where'd he go? I said, well, I don't see his book bag there or anything. I said, he might have had to walk somewhere to go use the restroom. He might have went home. Maybe he has a place where he gets meals. I don't know. And she said, well, we need to find him. I'm like, all right, well, I said, maybe he walked this way. So we turned down a road. We went up and down a road, went up and down another road. We couldn't find him. So we went home, and the entire way home is like a 15-minute drive home. She's crying. Like, she is so upset. And I heard it for a while. I heard her sniffling. I couldn't tell whether she was just sniffling from allergies, or I said, are you okay back there? And she just let it out. Like, she was so upset. She just wanted to help him. And so we did our thing. We went home. She told Mom about it, and she was okay. So the next morning, I posted the story. Shared the story on Facebook, and it got a lot of love, which was awesome. And I didn't say anything else to her, but I told Amy, I'm like, she's probably going to ask us to go again. So we do soccer. My parents were up, so we went up and we have lunch with my parents, and we're getting ready to leave. I said, well, anything I always ask, the family when we're out, I'm like, anything else we need to do while we're out? Like, do we need groceries? Do we need to whatever? And the kids sometimes come out, and she goes, well, can we go find our friend? And I said, who are you talking about? She goes, the guy that we were going to try and help. Can we go look for him again? And my mom kind of like, turned for a second. My mom had read the story, and Jacqueline just starts telling her all about it. And my mom's just beaming. So I said, okay, that's fine. So we took Jonathan and Amy home, because Jonathan was tired from his game, and we had to get the dog out, whatever. And Jack and I went back out, and we came down the exit ramp, and he was there. So we were able to pull off. I pulled off to the side, and we had grabbed. I said, I'm like, you know what? My daughter is thinking about helping this guy. I could probably do something too. So I grabbed my 12-hour live Teach Better sweatshirt. I'm like, where's the sweatshirt that's like still like nice, good shape? We have a lot of messed up ones. And then a hat that I had, and some gloves, some really good gloves. And then we put them in a bag, and I said, well, we'll take these. I'm like, we'll give him, because he may not need food. Maybe he has a place that he goes to get food, whatever. So we stopped, and I kind of waved him over to the car, and he came over, and I got out and I gave him those. And I said, and he just, his face, like he's just beaming the fact that someone stopped and helped him. And she's got the window down so she can wave at him and say hi and say, I hope you like the gloves and stuff. And he's, little girl, like, so like brighten up. So then I asked him, I said, what else do you need? I said, do you have a place to eat tonight? You got some food? He said, well, no, not yet. And I said, well, what do you like? I said, do you like McDonald's, Chick-fil-A? Like, do you want some Applebee's? Like, what is it that you like? And he goes, oh, well, I used to really like, I don't know where it's from. It was those Whoppers. I think it's Burger King. I said, okay. I said, I'm going to get you a Whopper. And he goes, oh, I love their onion rings. I'm like, well, I'm going to get you a burger and onion rings. I said, and I'll get you a drink. And I said, what kind of drink do you like? And he goes, just the diet drink. So we went and got him Burger King and got him a Whopper with a large onion ring and a large Diet Coke and looped back around. And what was really cool was, one, just how like Jacqueline was just beaming with feeling it. And we started talking about how we can do more stuff to help. So we can go, there's places that we can go and volunteer, we can donate, we can try to help other people and stuff. So we pull off, and I give him the meal, and he thanks us again and again and again. And then he walks back to where he was, which was like right down by the light. So we end up at the light, and we stop there, and she's like, I really want to say hi to him and wave to him one more time. So we rolled on the window, and he was looking away, and I said, hey, she'd like to say hi to you. And he turned around, and she's just waving and smiling, and his face, I think I said in my post that like his face when I gave him the food was just incredible. His face when he saw that it was her that pushed for it, like I can see it, like it's never going to leave my head. It was really, really cool just to see her face. And then what was really neat is I showed Jacqueline last night all the comments and all the love that people have been sharing about how amazing she was. And I told her, I said, that's not normal, unfortunately. I said, not everyone thinks about that. And I said, actually, Daddy has driven by that man dozens, if not hundreds of times, and thought about stopping and asking him, and I never did until you today. So, like, you just impacted Daddy, too. And she was scrolling through, and she's just, like, beaming at that, and she goes, well, I hope that one of them thinks now that they can help somebody. I'm just like, oh, my gosh, this girl is so far beyond her years. It's incredible. So I hope that someone read it, liked it, or someone talks about it, and maybe she inspires someone else to help someone. And and I mentioned in a post, and I talked to her. I said, that's not going to change his life. Like, it's probably not going to get him back on his feet. But maybe that night he is a little warmer, has a full belly, and maybe feels a little more hope. And if that's all we can do for today, then we'll keep going from there. So that was really cool. So now we're just looking for other ways that we can give back. We've had some people connect us to shelters and nonprofits in the area so I have a feeling that she's just getting started. So it's really exciting for me. So super cool. This girl.
I love this stuff. Not only the story, because, you get a little bit of a glimpse of what the Gargas house is like. And obviously Jacqueline is one of my favorites. I love her so much, but just the opportunity here to take all these lessons away, right? This is not a story that, we found on the Good News Network that happened, hundreds of miles away from your home. This is within our Teach Better family here, discussing what we can do to be better. And sometimes being better is giving to others so they can be better. I love this story. Yeah. The comments on your post were so cool. I scrolled through those a lot of the weekend, kind of check back for updates.
Me too. So anyway, so hopefully that inspires someone to do something. You never know what helps. So
I love it. I love it. Jeff, see, that was a good feel-good story. I love our good news time. And that was special because obviously it was good news within our community. So remember, if any of you ever have good news stories like this, like a good news story that you're like, oh, wouldn't this be fun to feature? Could you guys like email me or email somebody on the team? It'll get to me eventually. Feel free to throw it and kind of write it out or record a video of yourself telling me. I'd love to hear
that'd be fun with the video because we could share the video.
Yeah, we totally could. We'd love to feature it here as a celebration. Maybe it's one of your students. Maybe it's something one of your children did. Maybe it's something that you experienced personally. We'd love to feature good news that's not just good news in a far off state away from you, but good news like within our family. It's so fun.
I really like the idea of them sending a video in. Anyway.
I love a video. You know me. I love a video versus a long email, and we can use it on the show as a video. So I'm a fan.
Brianne's got big ideas. There's a goal for our whole team. So.
Oh, so good. Wouldn't that be such a good hashtag Teach Better Thankful Challenge? I like that. So good. We do have some holidays today to continue this.
Yeah, what are the holidays?
Yeah, to continue this love and celebration. There are some holidays that actually I'm disappointed we didn't feature last week so we could prepare for today. So I'm just telling you, both of the holidays that I want to make sure we discuss are things that I'd really love you to take action on, because I think that action can allow us to not only celebrate these holidays, but also bring them to others. So a few things here. The two holidays I want to make sure we highlight, Jeff, is that it is STEM and STEAM Day today. It is World STEM Day, which obviously many called STEAM at this point with the incorporation of art. It's also International Tongue Twister Day. Both days should be celebrated in your classroom today. So here's what I'd like to do. I'd like to, if possible, kind of discuss what these holidays are and how you can celebrate them. So for those of you who may not know, STEAM Day, which is also STEM, depending on where you live and what you practice, is very much something that a lot of classrooms are going to be celebrating today on November 8th. There's a long history of where this came from, but essentially for those of you who may not be aware, there's a lot of studies in the early 2000s revealing that U.S. students were not achieving in the STEM disciplines, which is science, technology, education, art, and math. And so there's been a really big push to have these interdisciplinary approaches to student learning and growing. And I have to tell you, Teach Better family, we are a huge advocate for this way of instruction. It works incredibly well with practices that we teach on, which includes the grid method. I am a huge advocate for STEM and STEAM practices. And so if you guys ever want to nerd out and talk shop, I will even give a shout out to Chad, who I'm not sure if he's still listening. He tuned in earlier. Chad's master's is in STEM education. Like, he is a nerd of all nerds of this topic. So if you guys need to geek out or learn more about this topic, please feel free to reach out to a Teach Better team member. We'd love to help you with that. I will tell you, though, that you guys are aware that we use nationaltoday.com very often to talk about holidays. One of the things I really liked, and if you're looking to learn more, it not only goes over the timeline of where this language was created, like the concept of STEM and STEAM, but also goes through how you can celebrate. And I really love quick tips and tricks on how I can do STEM or STEAM activities in the classroom. So some little suggestions in here, some bigger suggestions. One of the ones that I even wouldn't have thought of as a way to celebrate is to simply throw up the holiday on social media and encourage your family, friends, connections to donate to local STEM programs. I mean, think of it that way. You're not even necessarily doing a STEM program in your classroom, but you're still promoting and celebrating the day. You're creating a further education of a STEM program and the power of this teaching practice. So definitely please go encourage you to find one way to celebrate World STEAM and STEM Day today. Big day.
Very cool.
For sure. The other one, Jeff, which I knew was going to be your favorite, was the International Tongue Twister Day. How do you feel about a good tongue twister?
Well, I mean, Peter Piper did pick up. What is the Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear? Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair?
Okay, there are a bunch of them, but the Peter Piper one was here. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers is the tongue twister. Okay, so tongue twister, International Tongue Twister Day, is going to be good. I think this should be everyone's bell ringer or start to the day. Maybe after the students get back from lunch, you do some like quiet meditation. As you get back into learning, everybody maybe practices some tongue twisters. These are funny, and there are a lot of them. There's obviously a lot of ways that you can practice and celebrate the amazing tongue twisters that exist. But there are a lot of different pieces here, like the history of Peter Piper, which I know was the one that you knew. I also found on here the hardest. Oh, it said here, like the most challenging tongue twister. Hold on, I lost it. It's on here though. And
I want you to find that. What I love is that tongue twisters aren't just fun and you'll have a good time like goofing around, people stumbling on, and it's fun, whatever. But like they actually have a purpose. It really helps with pronunciation of like how to go through, which I should use say that word better. But like, you know what I mean? So it works on that for kids, and it's a good time. And honestly, we should do it more as adults. We should have a daily drop-in where that's all we do.
Oh my gosh, I would struggle. I am not a good tongue twister connoisseur at all. But here's the one. It says, according to a team at MIT, because everyone needs research from MIT at 6:24 in the morning Central Time.
Of course, yeah.
This says the most difficult tongue twister is this one, and it says to try and say it 10 times fast. I don't think I can say it once, so it says slowly. Pad, kid, poured, curd, pulled, cod.
Pad, kid, Poured curd. What was the last part?
Pulled cod.
Pulled cod. What does that even? I don't even know what that is.
I don't know that it makes a sentence, but I can tell you that the P's and the D's will kill me for sure.
All
Pad
right.
kid, poured curd, pulled cod. That's yeah. So go search up your favorite tongue twisters because it's International Tongue Twister Day. I think it would be awesome to get some videos of students saying
Ooh,
the
that
tongue
would be awesome.
twisters.
Yes.
It would be really cool. Okay, wait. So Chelsea, who's a part of our Teach Better family, sometimes tags me in challenges. I love when you guys tag me in challenges. I think it's funny. The one that she tagged me in recently was like a deep breathing challenge. This would be funny to do tongue twisters and pass it to the next person to do it. I think that could be a fun November 8th tradition. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and just tag Teach Better Team in all of those because that'd be great.
Yeah. We want to see those. So good. All right. So moving on from holidays and good news, Jeff, we need to get into our theme of the week. We also have a question in the comments that I want to make sure we address from Rachel. So shout out to Rachel posting some questions live in the comments. We always appreciate when you guys do that and when you interact with our video live. As you guys know, we stream every single morning live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. So if you want to participate live with us, but if you're listening to it after the fact, we still appreciate you, whether you're catching it on our YouTube channel or at Teach Better Talk Podcast. So we're going to get into our brainstorm bank segment with a little bit of a different video just for fun because of our theme.
I like it.
We'll be right back.
So right now, I want to know if you're ready to teach better.
That's the whole mission of this weekend.
Just being here ready to learn and grow and come together like this is awesome.
What are those small changes that can make you better tomorrow than you were today?
All the amazing speakers we have here, wow.
We have a ton of people here who are published authors, who are writing about education.
Let's get out there and teach better.
Oh, we are back from that. How do I come back from that? We are back with our daily drop-in where we are live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 7 a.m. Eastern Time every day. And as you can tell from our theme, it's Remember and Teach Better 19. And that video, which is the promo video, one of promo videos for 22, just brings back, and we already touched on it, but that just, so many faces in that video of the people speaking and just being there. And well, I remember when Ryan asked the questions that he got some of those little clips from and stuff when we were talking through it and chat on stage. Oh.
But that's why I wanted to show that promo video specifically, and we'll show it again here in a minute for those of you who didn't specifically look at all that video. All that footage and all that audio was actually from the Teach Better 2019 conference. It was filmed while we were there and then compiled to celebrate our future event. So just crazy. Like Amanda's in there presenting, Allison Epsey's in there presenting. You're hearing Chad, which he was like preaching up on stage. I will always remember he was like down on the ground. He was up above. I was so funny. All that good content there.
That was good. It was good. It was really good. And shout out to Ryan Caswell who put that together for us, who was there and will be at 22 as well. So
are we officially confirmed that Ryan's going to be there? Because I don't think I've met a cooler.
Technically, ink hasn't hit paper yet, but he's coming. He's going to be there with his cameras.
We know there's a lot of great photographers and videographers, especially guys. If you know some in Ohio, we are looking for a few others to kind of maybe bring in like a high school crew or something awesome. Yeah. But Ryan was somebody who I just feel like he was a part of the event. I love people that can come in. He wasn't necessarily in our family beforehand, and he did some incredible things, got some incredible footage. I'm so excited that he's going to be at 2022 because it just wouldn't be the same without him.
So I forgot about this, but you just said it and reminded me, like we had a high school crew out there last year.
Yeah.
On Friday from Cuyahoga Falls High School, we had a crew out that did interviews and stuff for a project that they were doing at the school. So that's awesome. Of course, Bree knows people that might want to come up. Bree, let's talk and let's figure that out. So, yeah. So Rae, let's talk about 2019. So our theme this week is Remember in 2000, Teach Better 19. We've made like a fancy little background to the daily drop-in with it, like with the look like someone like painted a little bit and then texted over it. Yeah. So I know we talked about this, and I'd love to say I remember what your answer was, but I don't. So you can answer the same thing or come up with something new. But when we announced it, we talked about like the most memorable part, like the favorite part. So I'm gonna go there again. because I don't know what I said either, and I'm sure it's different every time because there's so many of them, which is what we discussed when we announced. So like,
I know exactly what you said.
do you really? Okay, what is your like when you think right now, you watch that video, whatever, what is the moment that like just boom hits you right here in the green heart?
I have two, which is what I said.
That's what you said last time too.
We had this on we were live together announcing
Are they the same too?
Of Teach Better 2019. I feel confident about the one that was personal. I told you I had a very like internal personal one. But I have a lot of memories of 2019. And to be honest, friends, I forgot a lot of them. And as the footage, as the memories have been coming up, I'm like, oh my gosh, I remember that moment. Or, oh, I totally forgot about that. So, okay, so many fun memories. One is, as many of you have heard, I've told the story 100 times, when I screamed at Joshua Stamper accidentally. I didn't mean for that to happen. But guys, it was Thursday. We're setting up for this conference. Until that Thursday, because the conference is Friday, Saturday, I had never seen the venue. We were just you were running the show, Jeff, but I like walked in blind and was trying to watch the fun occur. And Kevin Butler walked in and I was like, I know that dude from Instagram.
I'm sorry, who?
Kevin Butler, Kevin Butler.
Thank you.
The Kevin Butler. And he walked in and I was like, that is like Kevin Butler in the flesh. Like the Instagram dude that I stalk successfully is right there. And he literally just came to help set up. And I was like, wait, who shows up at a conference early to help set up?
He blew up like 5,000 balloons.
I know, the Teach Better family does.
Yeah,
but
that's
then,
exactly right.
We're like kind of getting amped up. We're having coffee. We have a networking event that's happening in a few hours. So we need to like set up the venue before we head over to that networking event. And Joshua _Stamper walked in, which should have been really cool, right? I mean, no big deal, but I could not contain. I just had something internal. I blacked out. I don't know what happened, but all I'm saying is all of a sudden, literally, he was right in front of me and I just screamed at him his name, like as if he wasn't aware that he was Joshua _Stamper. And he looked at me and he like stopped and stepped back and he goes, "Hi, Rae Hewart." I was like, the most embarrassing moment. Like I couldn't contain. And I think a lot of people in our Teach Better family are going to have these really awkward first interactions, not because we won't know each other, because you look different than your profile picture. That's awkward. I think it's going to be awkward because people are going to be running up and screaming at each other because there's all this excitement that's been building up in our Teach Better family. And I'm going to tell you, friends, it's hard to control.
I'm excited to see how many people. So, and correct me, maybe it's just me, but have you had the moment where you meet someone for the first time in person, but you feel like you know them so much that you forget that it's the first time, and they're like super excited because it's the first time, and you're like, yeah, we've known each other forever, and they're like, no, we've met on Twitter 3 months ago, we've never met in person, and you're just like, oh yeah, that's right. Like I've had that moment, and I'm really excited for that, of the people who are like they're so well connected that they forget that they actually haven't met in person before.
I also want to talk about the things that we might assume about each other that maybe aren't realities. So here's my fear, and I want to be open about this because I feel like the first step to finding an appropriate middle ground is discussing it. I believe that when I meet Megan Wells, who is a Teach Better ambassador, member of the Teach Better family, in the comments right now, and the OG of the Green Heart movement, okay? I believe, because I'm a normal functioning person, I believe that Megan Wells has like green hearts falling from the sky everywhere she goes. Like she must have a cloud above her that just rains green hearts. And I think I'm going to have a slight moment of disappointment when she doesn't just have like green balloons around her at all times, and I need to get over it. I
feel like we need to figure out a way to make that happen.
I think we should.
I don't know why, but I feel like Alex Valenza can figure out how to make that happen for Megan. So Megan, I'm sorry. He's going to listen to this later on the podcast, and he's going to start planning. So,
or like, how we can get confetti? Like Megan Wells should be.
She should have it in her pocket and just be like,
to throw green heart confetti. Like we should stock her with. Oh my God, our venue would hate us if we were throwing.
Can we do the guns that like to explode, and like every time we'll have two people that's their job. Is they walk behind Megan every time she enters a room. They.
Okay, I'm glad we problem solved this. Thank you, Jeff.
I think that gets underneath production. We'll put that under production. We'll figure that out.
I love it.
So that, yeah.
The other memory, which, by the way, friends, we've toured the venue. This will absolutely happen. But there is a moment that I had, and I hope that many of you have when you come and attend Teach Better 2022. When you walk into the ballroom with all the sponsors, people are filling up. This, the stage is set for the fun that we're going to have, and music is blasting. And I want all of us, and maybe we should have a landing space like where this happens, where you walk in and you just stop and you take it all in. Because that's what I remember about 2019 is like pausing and just like taking it in for a second.
I think we can get a big green heart like floor mat that says stop and take it all in, and just boom, put that in somewhere in the room. That could be really entertaining.
Yeah. Your memory that you shared though.
What I shared last time, because I'll share a different memory now.
Okay. But do you know what you shared?
I talked about what Ryan said to me by the pool table. Yeah. Geez, so many other memories. I think for me a big one was, what a really fun memory was? You and I got off the stage on the start of day one, and I went and stood next to Adam. Welcome. And he leaned over and he goes, dude, you and Rae, like, you guys just have this chemistry. He goes, a lot of people try to have it, but they don't. And you guys just have it. And I'm like, I don't know what that means, but thanks, dude. Like, that was a fun one, just to like, I don't know, just something like Adam recognizing that you and I had that whatever, and like it wasn't. The best part was like we didn't plan anything we said on stage. We just kind of went because that's how we did.
You
just like we don't plan any of this nonsense too.
You're not doing it justice, guys. Jeff was like on logistics overload, and Jeff created this really ugly slideshow. Here's what happened really in the background. He was like, here's a slideshow. We're going to talk about how you walk through the hallways and the signs. And I'm like, we're all teachers. We know how to walk through the hallway. So you sent me the slideshow and you're like, this is how we're going to open the Teach Better conference with boring logistics. And I'm like, what can I do with this that will make it funny? And so what we did is I edited your slides without you knowing. And so you went up there being like, okay, friends, logistics of the conference. And then I was just up there messing with you.
I like that you're painting me that says like I went up there like, hey guys, here's the logistics of the conference. What you're specifically talking about is my maps.
Yeah.
Did anybody get lost at the conference? No.
It was
Doesn't matter that the venue you couldn't get lost in. They knew where to go because of my maps.
This venue you can get lost and there's all these secret passageways and I cannot wait to explore.
Listen, no matter what Rae says, and this time when you come to 22, pay attention to logistics in the beginning because you might get lost. So like I won't be super boring, but whatever.
Okay, Jeff. The other memory that we never talk about, but I think was maybe my favorite memory of you. Is that weird? I have a memory of you at Teach Better 2019. Was we had a lot of presenters at Teach Better Conference who were like all-star educators, all-star presenters. You all own their books, right? They do this all the time. We also intentionally and with for reason, like booked a lot of speakers who had never presented before. Mm-hmm. Like speakers that this was their first conference, and whether they were doing a 55-minute session or a 20-minute session, this was the first time they were going to kind of like present themselves in this way. Yeah. And I remember numerous times walking down that main hallway and you being with someone who is just about to start their first session ever, and you like amping them up, like cheerleader Jeff being like, you're going to kill it. This is your first time. You're going to be awesome. What do you need? How do we support you? And I love that about the Teach Better conference too, because we always love people that are able to share their voice in a, consistent manner. But for those of you who have never presented before, this is the conference for you because you're going to be awesome. I don't know. I love it.
Can I share alongside that? On our team, people know that one of the things that I like to say before you go present or do anything is I tell you, I don't know when I started. I started it a long time ago with I think it was Chad. I don't know if it was Chad or you, but like Chad was getting ready to go speak in front of like quite a few teachers. I'm like, hey, dude, try not to suck out there, okay? And like walked. So like I do that a lot.
You say this all the time. Like anytime anything's going on in the team, just like, hey, don't suck.
So I'm in the hallway at 2019 conference, and like everyone's all set. And Ryan Sheehy's standing outside his door, just like doing one last check to make sure everyone's in. He's getting ready to go in, and he kind of like gives me the nod, and I'm like a ways away from him, and I go, "Hey," and he looks at him like, "Don't suck." And he kind of like stopped for a second, goes in. Later on, he comes out and he's like, "Dude, why'd you tell me not to suck?" I'm like, "Well, did you suck?" And he said, "No, I think I did pretty good." I'm like, "Well, that's why I told you not to suck." Like, and then I explained it to him why we do that. But I've learned that maybe I shouldn't say it for the first time in that moment. But
it was funny.
One of my favorites, the first time I ever told Brittany Wolf not to suck. That was great. Because Brittany, she's so sweet and everything. She's just like, "What?" I'm like, no, let me explain. So anyway, yes, that's my favorite thing. So if you do come and you do present, try not to suck.
Guys, we have our schedule that we'll be sharing throughout the week. Like, I'd love to reminisce on all the presenters, all their incredible sessions. There were so many people that shared their voice on all different topics. So we're going to do that throughout the week. But I just love that we're celebrating 2019 because we're hopefully going to share some funny stories. But also our guests this week are going to be able to.
So I was like, are you going to tell us who the guests are? Because I haven't looked.
Well, yeah, but they're also going to be able to reminisce on their own favorite stories.
That's what I'm excited about.
There's been so many that I'm so excited. Like, do you remember the abundance of Chick-fil-A? Because I do.
There's lots of Chick-fil-A. Yeah. Lots of Chick-fil-A. Yeah. Yes. Are we doing anything else this week that's kind of cool?
Oh, can we discuss that for real? Because I'm nervous.
Yeah, I've been like waiting. I'm like, when is she going to bring this up?
Right now. Guys, this is important. I'm doing a PSA. Text your teacher best friend right this moment because this is something that I will forget to mention. And so this might be the only time we talk about it. Just saying. If you head to teachbetter.com/dailydropin, scroll all the way to the bottom. I'm going to do that again like a good teacher. Scroll all the way to the bottom. And we are giving away a free registration ticket at teachbetter.com/dailydropin. It is open between now and we need to decide this, Jeff. Can we decide this live? Either it needs to be open until Thursday night, and then we're going to announce who won it Friday, or it needs to be open all week long, and we announce it some other way who won.
So the two ways we can do this. If we do it till Thursday, then Brad Hughes gets to announce it on Friday.
I just thought would be funny.
I am both for and against that. I'm for it because I love Brad and it'll be a lot of fun. I'm against it because I'm not Brad. The other option we could do is go all the way through Friday, let everyone wait Saturday and Sunday, and then announce it on Monday so that I get to do that. And it's a super I'm okay either way. I'll let you decide.
I don't. Can you guys tell us in the comments? Do you want it open and closing Thursday night so we announce who gets the free registration Friday?
Candace wants Friday.
I really don't mind. It looks.
Let's close it Thursday night. Pick a time because I think it'll be a lot of fun to have Brad Hughes announce who wins. Right. I think, and you can tell me, but if anybody doesn't know that Brad Hughes has a somewhat hidden talent that he does a lot of voices, I think having someone like maybe Mickey or SpongeBob or something like that announcing the winner could be a lot of fun. You're in charge of Friday show. I'm just throwing heads, just throwing ideas, brainstorming here a little bit. Brad, if you're watching. Okay, good. Decision's been made. Head to teachbetter.com/dailydropin between now and Thursday. I will tell you, submitting once is all you need to do. It's not like if there's duplicates, they'll be deleted. So you don't need to submit 95 times, even though I know 12 of you just did that and I hate you for it. So only submit once. But you can also have your teacher friends submit. I mean, give us anybody who's looking to go. And we're giving out a free registration right this moment all week long. I'm really, really excited. I'm excited about that. So free registration, memories. And we have guests. Who are our guests? I want to know who is coming. Legit. People don't realize when I look at my calendar, I try really hard not to look at the guests because I wait to see who they are so they can have natural reactions and real reactions. So this is real Jeff. Real Jeff. Let's get into some upcoming things this week. And the hardest question is, do we play the jingle for upcoming this week or do we do the 2022 promo again? Promo again. Let's do the promo because I want you guys to see the people. Because really look, 2019 was so fun and we only got a snapshot here, but here we go.
So right now, I want to know if you're ready to teach better.
That's the whole mission of this weekend.
Just being here ready to learn and grow and come together like this is awesome.
What are those small changes that can make you better tomorrow than you were today?
All the amazing speakers we have here. Wow.
So we have a ton of people here who are published authors, who are writing about education.
Let's get out there and teach better.
Jeff, did you see that Suzanne Daly was in that video?
I was gonna say, I saw Suzanne Daly and Bradford Hubbard was on there. I saw him.
I love Brad Hubbard. Okay, Suzanne Daly, though, shout out to her. And I don't know that we talk about this enough, but our podcast network constantly has new podcasts. Suzanne Daly's new podcast just launched in the network. I'm so excited to have her.
Is it what's her podcast title? Is it Teach Happier or Teach Happy?
I assume it's Teach Happy or something. That's
I should know that. Suzanne, we're horrible. We should know that. But Josh is bringing on so many podcasters. It's hard to remember all the awesome names. Suzanne's is just a good, it's just a good podcast.
Here's what's going on this week. Friends, all week long, we need you to be here because we're going through memories. We're going through celebrations, all focused on Teach Better 2019, remembering that crazy weekend. Whether you are with us live or not, we actually even are bringing on a few guests that were not there just so they could be there to talk about their FOMO. That's why they're coming on. Just oh yeah, I remember that. So fun. So here's the plan for the week. On tomorrow, on Tuesday, we have the one and the only Allison Epsy joining us.
Allison's coming on tomorrow.
Allison's coming on
tomorrow. No kidding.
So excited. If you guys are not following Allison Epsy,
yes.
It's fine. You've made a mistake and now it's time to fix it. Go do that. She's an incredible author. She was a part of Teach Better 2019. She presented. She had book signings. And she's actually
just a really awesome person.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
And she oozes passion. She's really someone that oozes. Yeah. It'll be so good. On Wednesday, we have Becky Thal joining us. And I have to tell you, if you want insider scoop on how 2019 actually went, Becky Thal's the chick to talk about it. As you guys know, Becky Thal's been a part of our team for quite some time. She was a part of 2019 prep and really allowed everything to happen. But that girl has some behind the scenes stories. I'm a little nervous by having her on the show. It's going to be so stinking fun.
Nice. That's a good one. So all right. Who's Thursday?
Thursday is the day that I'm excited about because back in 2019, we invited a speaker to come to Teach Better 2019 who could not come because they had already an event booked that they were going to. And it was my goal. It was my hope that I would meet this person in person, but they couldn't come. They couldn't attend. And then after the conference, this person emailed me and has messaged me and told me 1,000 times how they just had FOMO the whole time watching the Teach Better 19 hashtag.
So this is someone looking from the outside in for that weekend. Okay.
So this person was not there, but they feel like they were there because they followed the hashtag all weekend because it overtook the event they were at. And that is the one and only Dr. Neil Gupta.
Oh, Neil Gupta. Oh, I love Neil. You've never met him in person, huh?
Never. Why?
You're the one who first connected with him and you connected me to him. I've met him in person.
I have not, and I hope to meet him in person. Actually, I heard he's coming to Chicago in March, so I hope to meet him then, but I really want him at the Teach Better 2022 conference. I don't know what we're going to have to bribe him with, but he needs to be there.
Bourbon.
Sure. Bourbon. Oh, yeah, he does like bourbon.
Yeah, I got him. I already got him.
And then, of course, we'll close out Friday with Brad Hughes. And I actually think it's interesting, and if I don't want Brad to necessarily know that I'm going to ask him these questions. I don't think he's listening right now. But Brad Hughes is somebody who has honestly changed my life over the last year or so. He's a new connection for me. I have not known Brad very long. I love some Brad Hughes. I am such a Brad Hughes fan. I kind of want to talk to him about what it's like joining the Teach Better family and knowing that this event happened before he was really involved and what his feelings are for 2022, because he didn't get the buildup of not being able to have this event the last 2 years. I'm excited to hear his perspective.
That's a good point.
Should be some fun.
I'm really interested, to see. I'm excited for Brad's excitement.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Oh, that's going to be a good week.
So the one thing we didn't talk about was the comment. Rachel had a comment earlier
Let's get to
in the show that we've just gotten so sucked into Teach Better 2019 celebration. Obviously encouraging all of you to go take advantage of early bird registration over at teachbetterconference.com for October 14th and 15th, 2022. bringing the whole family together. However, Rachel, we do want to make sure that we also answer your comments. So we're sorry we got distracted today. Rachel's comment says, I'm not sure if this is the platform to ask, but what are your top management tips when doing the grid? And for those of you who know, we talk about the grid method frequently. It is something that was created by the CEO and co-founder, Chad Ostrowski, who you obviously saw in the video and heard him speak. He's like the coolest guy ever. And hello, Masters in STEM. So go talk to him about, obviously, World STEM Day today. But Rachel, this is really good. There's so many resources over at teachbetter.com/the grid method. If you have not been there, there's literally an abundance of parental tools and admin resources and educator resources and how to get started. If I was going to talk about the top management tips, Jeff, I think I would go with 3 key management tips. Do you mind if I highlight 3?
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah. I'm interested to see what your top 3 would be.
Yeah, so here are my 3. One is management-wise, because you're going to have 34 students seemingly in 34 different places, I wholeheartedly believe in goal setting and reflection being a daily occurrence in the classroom. And you have to do it intentionally. Otherwise, it feels like a waste of time. So, Rachel, I'd love to discuss this with you. But some way for your students to document, this is what I worked on. This is how I felt during that learning process. And here's my goal for the next time I study or work or do something. So I think goal setting and reflection is essential as a management strategy for sure.
If I can add to that, Rae, I cannot tell you how many teachers who have started with the grid method and truly believe in it, but struggle at the beginning because they don't do that. And then when they put that in place, they're like, oh my gosh, like it seems like such a little thing. But like Rae said, I love how you picked 34, like that specific, not like 30.
That's how many students were in my 8th hour. So
but when you have that, all your students potentially in different spots, right? Like, and Chad always says, like, unfortunately, like when they leave your classroom, they're not thinking about your classroom anymore, right? And when they come in, they haven't been thinking about your classroom all day. So that goal for setting reflection and the part, specifically where Rae mentioned, like, what is my goal for my next time? Now they have that, whether you do it at the end of the day or at the start of the day, it's that opportunity for them to now tell themselves, hey, here's the next step. So now they know where to go. You're not wasting 25 minutes at the beginning of the class trying to get everyone on task because they know where they need to go. So yes,
I love
absolutely. That's a great one.
Okay, number 2 is you need to have some sort of way, and I'm saying this vague because every teacher does it differently, some sort of way for students to advocate for themselves. How are they going to advocate for their needs? A lot of teachers do this in conjunction with our tracking system. We like to call the way that students advocate for themselves the triage system. I know a lot of people that take the tracking progress monitoring system and the triage system, put them together. It doesn't matter how you do it, but you need a way, some sort of way for students to advocate, to say either that they're saying, I'm really in a good spot, I'm feeling like great so far, or I need something, but it's not immediate. So, like if at some point I'm going to need some support, or I need help right now, my learning has stopped. And what you're allowing for that to happen in your classroom is you're allowing students to do a gut check on their own needs and advocate for themselves. But on the flip side, and one of my favorite things, Rachel, that I encourage you to do is you're also allowing the students in the classroom to really learn in community, so that I might be doing a gut check on myself saying, I'm feeling good, I'm in a good spot, I'm going to continue my learning opportunities. But then out of the corner of my eye, I see a student advocating that they actually need support. And I, in the learning community, get to stand up and go be a part of them finding the solution. So that student to student advocating and support, that some people call it like peer tutoring, which I think like completely eliminates some of the magic of this. But either way, allowing students to like advocate publicly to their network to say, here's, how I'm doing and what I need, is so powerful in creating that culture.
Rae, we have over on teachbetter.com/free resources, we do have a progress monitoring sheet that you can get that creates a duplicate. Do you know, I don't know, does that have the triage built into it?
It does.
I think
so
it does, doesn't it? With colors?
The one you download at teachbetter.com under the free download section has the tracking page and the triage system together. So they color code and progress monitor.
So there you go.
But I've also seen this done, guys. If you don't want to do the Google Sheet, which there's so many people who are like, that's, they have different restrictions that they want to abide by. Use cups, use flags, use anything. I mean, literally anything to have students advocate. It doesn't matter how it's done. It should be incorporated. The last thing, my last tip, Rachel, when it comes to top management tips is I like to think of the grid method, mastery framework, regardless of what mastery framework you use, it allows you to finally have the gift of time. And one of the best management tips that you can give yourself is knowing what you're going to do with the time that you just got back. Because if the time that you just got back is just going to be simply used by you sitting at your desk answering emails, then you shouldn't even bother using this system because you're not utilizing your time effectively. One of my favorite ways, and I geek out about this like crazy, and I promise I won't talk on this forever, is utilizing it for student conferencing. You should be having a one-on-one or small group conversation with every single student in your classroom every single day. And you can only do that by having the time to do it. So my biggest management tip is to incorporate intentional conferencing, because conferencing can take 30 seconds or 3.5 minutes. I don't know, depends on what you're trying to get out of it, but have those conversations, utilize your time, this freedom that you have as a teacher to conference. I love it. Those are my 3 tips.
Love it.
So
and Rachel, I know Rae already kind of like pushed us a little bit, but reach out if you need anything else. If we can help support you, please reach out.
Yeah, we did have somebody, and I don't know if it was Rachel, maybe it was. We did have somebody post on our social media platforms in an internal message earlier this week asking for some strategies. And just so you guys know, when you guys do that, we always will give you like teachbetter.com/thegrid method. There's so many different resources there to help you. But we also gave out our personal Calendly links, the ones where you can schedule time with us. We're always eager and willing to meet and chat with anyone. So call us. What is that Kim Possible song, right? Call me, beat me, if you want to reach me. You? Kim Possible?
Is that Kim Possible?
Is that not?
I don't know.
Wait, isn't that a show? It was a Disney show.
Yeah, Kim Possible. Yeah. I just don't know the song.
Jeff, I just want you to sing to me. Can you sing to me a different song?
No, not today.
Okay. No,
I do want to note that when you do this, you show your age. It's this. The kids
It's
do
not.
this. That's how the kids do it because they don't know this. They've never done this. They've done this.
Guys, is it
telling you,
the first
that's
way
how you check your age.
or the second way? The first way or the second way? Tell us in the comments either 1 or 2. Number 1 or is it number 2? This feels like I'm taking a nap.
I'm this for sure. Yes, because I'm also going to take a nap. But I'm telling you, yeah, ask a kid who's 15, 16, even 20 probably, and they're going to do this. Like, how do you? Yeah, like do a phone signal. Like, how do you talk on the phone? They're gonna go like this.
Dude, call me, beat me if you want to reach me.
I go this way. Actually, I go this way. Like with
no, that's not right.
with the earpiece up here and down here. I gotta just move the board. Anyway, yeah.
We got to get out of here, friends. It's Monday. It's November 8th. Shenanigans are up the wazoo. We cannot wait to continue to celebrate with you all week long as we're remembering Teach Better Conference 2019 with some funny, goofy stories, and also encouraging each and every one of you to go for that free registration, by the way, over at teachbetter.com/daily drop-in. And if you don't want to do that because, we're only giving away one, also make sure you grab your early bird tickets. Early bird pricing is $100 off because we believe in never paying full price. So go take care of that as well at teachbetterconference.com. Is that bad that I say it that way? I just don't believe anyone should pay full price ever.
Candace said all of her students said number 1, but I don't remember. Was this one or was this one? Was this one?
This was one.
Okay. So okay. That's good to know.
I'm just saying, call me, beat me if you want to. This is weird. I don't like
I know this is, I was not advocating for this at all. I've just been told that.
But so it would be like this for me.
For me, it'd be like this.
Anyway.
I put my AirPods in.
So it'd be like, hello.
It'd be like, call me. I'd have to like that just doesn't work. That's not gonna work.
Friends, we have to go. Please go celebrate International Tongue Twister Day and World STEM Day. Let us know how that goes and send us your good news stories because we should all # be more like Jacqueline Gargis. I'm just saying. So bye, friends. See you later. Have a good day.